right. Good morning, Carmen. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Wonderful. So what's on your mind? Let's start with you.
Oh, wow. Starting with me, huh?
Starting with you.
Not much. Just got my listing under contract yesterday. So just opening up that, and I'll probably have a call into David in a little bit with some questions on how to do something in BrokerMix. But that's what's on my mind right now, is trying to get that situated.
Congratulations. Where's your listing?
35th Avenue in Glendale. It was a little condo, like a townhome.
Okay. Okay. So you probably got it under contract like in 1 minute, right? In one hot minute or 1 hour.
It went live over the weekend, but there was actually no physical showings until yesterday, and we had 16 showings and numerous offers, 2 cash offers, and yeah, it went pretty quickly.
That's good job. Good job on your end. All right. So let's continue. Marcelo, what's going on, man? How did it go yesterday with Sergio?
He was bummed out just because the numbers don't look too promising for him. So he just needed a day. You know, I'm going to follow up with him on Friday just to kind of go over everything, you know, in his mind, process everything. So I'm just back to calling to get more appointments for listings, or try to sneak my way into some FISBOs and such. But yeah, he's just bummed out.
And he's bummed out because he was expecting to get more for his aunt's property.
No, he's bummed out because just the overall picture doesn't look good. So he can, I mean, at max, Tony ran the numbers, and at max, he can only qualify for 230. You know, he's gonna sell his aunt's home and everything, but you know, he wasn't expecting that kind of news. You know, that he thought he was in a much stronger position, both credit wise, FICO wise. I guess he found out that he has a $12,000 debt that is going to have to get paid off as well. So Tony kind of put the reality check in his mind, and it kind of just threw a wrench in everything, because he was really looking forward to finding a new home for him and his family.
Okay. Okay. All right. So you're going to follow up with him then today?
He wanted me to give him just a day to talk it over with him, talk it over with his wife. So I'm going to follow up with him tomorrow. And then we'll see how to proceed from there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, $12,000 debt, you know, it's not the end of the world. I mean, but it can be paid, you know. They are going to be walking away with quite a bit of money if they sell their aunt's property, and they're also going to be able to sell their personal residence. You know, there's a chance they may walk away with about, you know, $350,000. You know, so I mean, on top of what they can qualify for, which is another 200, 230. I mean, that's giving them a purchase price of at least $500,000.
Yeah, according to Tony, the numbers, the max he can go with, because even with $100,000 down, is like 330. It's the absolute max. Because he does have a mortgage on his current property of like 160,000 or something.
Oh, he does have a mortgage on his personal property.
Yeah. So, and that's wiping out the primary mortgage, getting rid of the $600 a month that he's currently paying, because his DTI is really high as well. So he just has some work to do. You know, like I said, he thought his FICO was a lot higher, so he really only qualifies for FHA. Yeah, I mean, just the overall picture that he was walking in with is completely different. So it just, you know, it was just his exact words were, you know, Tony really just took the wind out of my sails just now, man. And you know, he's like, I need to process everything, and he was just disappointed. So I told him it's cool. We'll figure it out one way or the other. You know, we'll get him situated, and there's alternative ways that we can go about this. But you know, process it, think about it, and then, you know, I can meet with you on Friday to kind of paint a better picture for you.
Yeah, and that's, that's very unfortunate, and it's disappointing, but at the same time, that's the reality
Mm.
of our business. I mean, you will have situations like this. I mean, you will have sellers that thought that they can qualify for more and they're not able to, right? Same thing with the buyers. You will have situations with the buyers when you get them under contract, and then 2 days or 3 days before the close of escrow, something pops up, something happens. I had a conversation with one of my agents yesterday, and he has a condo in the escrow. He's representing the seller, and just the day before the escrow supposed to close, he's getting notification from a lender that the buyer's not going to be able to qualify. Because the complex, the condo complex did not have enough in funds, necessary funds for HOA funds, and because of that, they cannot qualify for that particular condo.
Oh, wow.
So it's going to happen. And the only way to mitigate that, the only way to really kind of, not get discouraged is to have more leads and to have more opportunities in front of you.
Right.
And to constantly focus on building your pipeline. And I think you understand that very well. But when we get busy with a buyer or two or a seller or two, it doesn't mean we stop doing the things that got us here in the first place. We got to be constantly looking at our pipeline. We got to be constantly prospecting, developing more business, right? Because there is a chance that, one or two of these sellers are not going to work out. The same thing with the buyers. Right? So we have to dedicate every day, whether it's an hour a day or 2 hours a day or 3 hours a day, we got to dedicate to prospecting and follow up. Have to. Even though you're going out there and showing homes, even though you're going out there on listing appointments, my day, the way when I was in your shoes, okay, when I was starting in this business, my day used to start at around 7 o'clock in the morning. By 7:30, I phones. And that was a daily routine for me, daily routine. From 7:30 to about 12 o'clock, I was not taking any appointments. I was not going on any showings. I was not holding any open houses. My job was to prospect and follow up. I would put my phone on silent, okay? I would not open up my emails, all right? I'm not checking my Facebook message, none of that. I'm prospecting. Then I go to lunch, and then after 1 o'clock, I'm going on the appointments. After 1 o'clock, if I don't have any appointments, I'm holding open houses. And that's how you're going to be able to scale and grow your business, okay, versus, you're going in and you're showing homes to 1 or 2, 3 buyers, and you're not doing any prospecting, you're not doing any follow-up, and then God forbid one of these buyers cannot qualify, then you have to get that engine going again, restarting. And that's not what we want to do. Okay, but you've done pretty good in the last week or so. You had an opportunity to get together with a seller, opportunity to run comps, opportunity to put together a listing agreement, opportunity to show homes, opportunity to write a purchase contract with your buyer. That's a lot of opportunities, a lot of things that you have accomplished in the last week or so that there are agents that have been in business for 6, 7, 8 months have not been able to do. So these are all very important steps in your progress.
Absolutely.
And just continue doing the things that you're doing, okay? And you'll see things are going to start happening.
Okay.
All right?
Absolutely.
All right. Good work. Good morning, Susan. How are you?
Hi, how are you, Alan?
Very well. How things going with your listings?
Good, good, good. So I'm excited. This lady who I am listing one of her properties today, we just spoke last night. She has another property. So together, listed with me too. She's getting it ready here because it's rented too. So probably here in a couple of weeks, you know, I told her that if she gives me that property, I will only charge her 4%.
Why?
Well, because she told me she already had someone else looking at that property and doing comps for her. And I was like, huh? And I was like, how come? I was like, well, what is it that you're looking for? And she's like, well, he has been helping me for the past 20 years. And I was like, oh, okay. So how do you choose me to list this property over him? So she's like, well, because you saw the property in that area before. So I think you could sell this property. So I was like, okay. So I was like, well, I can lease you other property too.
Let me ask you this. How well do you know this client of yours?
She's been calling me for the past, so we've been talking for the past, let me see, 4 months. She's been calling me and asking me questions about the area and listing properties, and she interviewed me, and she even asked me, how long have you been in real estate, what do you do, who do you work with, all that stuff. So she's been comparing with a couple realtors about experience and doing all different stuff in that well. And I got to talk to the husband as well, and I guess they put that trust on me. Well, they did.
Trust you.
Yeah.
They
Yes.
trust you. They like you.
Yes.
Right. And I think because they're asking all these questions about, the comps, the market and everything like that, they probably most likely they respect your knowledge and your expertise, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So do they have a price in mind?
Yes, they do have a price in mind.
How
They
much
said
they
that.
want for their house?
So this house is located in Maryville area.
Okay.
And houses, I check comps and houses around it. It all depends if, they've been renovated and all that stuff. The highest that I see is 260 or 265. So she has, it all depends on the square footage too. So she has that price in her mind. So I told her, I sent her the comps, and she's been consulting with other realtors too. So that's why she told me. She's like, other realtors told me that I can put it for 260. So I said, well, let me take a look inside of the house. So I can compare square footage. I can compare it to other homes. I can compare what renovations you have done to the house. Houses that have been sold in the past 6 months. And I told her, I can send you again the comps so you can see it, and we can come up with a price that is reasonable for you and for the market as well to put it for sale. So she's like, okay.
So the comps are where she wants to sell, right? The same price point, from 260, 265?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, obviously, comps are very important, and trust me, I think all of us right now are struggling with comps because we look at the comps, we look at what sold 4 or 5 months ago or 3 months ago, and where it is right now. It's another 5 or 10% more, right? What the sellers want.
Yeah.
So, I mean, 4% is 4%. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you definitely want to get more out of it. What if you say, look, if we can sell your house for like 270, okay, you pay my side of the commission, like you pay me 3% or something like that.
Okay, I can do that. Yeah. I mean, she'll be happy to hear that number.
Right, because I'm thinking like the way the market is right now, right? It's a seller's market, and you may find, and most likely you're going to get a lot of showings.
Yeah.
Probably going to get a lot of offers, and you may find a buyer that is willing to pay a premium and even possibly waive an appraisal contingency.
Yeah. Yes.
So if you end up somewhere at 260 range, great. She pays you 2% the listing fee, right? Your listing fee is 2%, correct? Yeah. But if let's say you sell it for 270, 3%.
Okay. I will talk to her. I know they're getting the house, the tenants are ready to move out, so they're getting everything clean. Then I'll start working on that listing. But the one that is gonna go live today, that one is for 140. It's a small one. It's a small house in Central Phoenix. And that one, you know, we agreed for that one for 5%.
Well, I mean, I think right now the way to market again is you can be creative with the commissions and say, look, if I can get you more than 140, you know, would you be open in paying my full commission?
Okay, I'll start doing that. Yeah. Okay.
I would try for that and see the response. And I think most of the people are going to be very reasonable with that offer. Right?
Yeah.
Now, if I can get you $3,000-$4,000 more, are you okay? You know, paying me my full commission, right?
Okay. So you just gave me an idea for the house that it's in South Phoenix. For this guy who put it on hold, because that one too, I checked comms 260, but I just been checking again houses around that price, and houses are coming up at 290. So I probably gonna go up on the price too and telling, you know, pay me my full commission.
Full commission.
Yes, exactly. And I get it for, probably 275 or 280.
Yeah. And again, when you discuss commissions, like when I discuss commissions, right, with the seller, okay, I never tell them it's 6%. I don't even tell them it's 5%.
Oh no, she did ask me.
Well, the way I present it to them, I say, look, my fee, okay, on this side is 3%. 3%. That's my fee. That's what you pay me. What you pay to the selling agent or to the buyer's agent, it's completely up to you.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay.
It's completely up to you.
Yeah.
Now, there's a customary, you know, and what they're going to ask, okay, so and they would ask me, what would you recommend or suggest I pay to the buyer's agent? And I'll say, you know, typically it's anywhere between 2.5%, 3%. Sometimes it's 2%, but again, it's really up to you.
Okay.
So that right away removes the whole that 3% or 5%, right? You just say, hey, you know what, my 3%. You paying me 3%.
Yeah.
You pay to the other agent, it's completely up to you.
Okay.
You can put up $1, by the way. You can pay out I mean, it's up to really the seller, you know.
Yeah.
It was.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Alan, can I add something?
Yeah.
When you're done.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, there's a big misunderstanding about commissions out there. And people often think that when you drop from 3% to 2%, you're dropping 1%. And that's actually just bad math. If anyone ever asks you to drop your commission by 1%, say yes, absolutely, no problem, because it ends up being a couple $100. When you're dropping from 3% to 2%, you're actually dropping 33.33% of your commission. So it's important that you be able to speak to that, because people think you're just dropping 1%, but you're actually dropping a third, which is 33.33%. So make sure you guys can speak to that, because I hear a lot of agents ask me all the time that kind of stuff, and I hear people dropping 1%. Clients ask me to drop 1%, and I tell them yes. And of course, I explain to them what they're actually asking me, and they realize that, wow, you're dropping a whole third. I said, yeah, that's why I don't want to do it. So just make sure you guys can speak to that and know the math. Most agents don't. You'd be surprised.
Okay.
Right. I mean, you know, there's nothing wrong of saying, you know what, 2.85% or 2.9%.
Okay.
Right. Or you can say, you know what, I'm willing to drop my commission by 20% or by 10%.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
So 10% sounds, that's quite a bit. 20%, oh my gosh, you're going to drop your commission by 20%. Yeah, 20%. But it's still going to be less than 1% that you're offering to drop.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think it totally makes sense if I put it higher and I talk to her, you know,
Yeah,
pay me my full commission, yes, and we'll have that. I'll have that discussion with her, because yes, she'll be happy if I tell her, if I go higher on the price for the house, if I sell her,
correct.
yeah.
Yeah, and in another way, you can actually recoup some of that money if you do have somebody who's very commission heavy. Is in the terms and conditions, you can state, you know what, there's going to be a $995 transaction fee.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
$995 transaction fee in addition to the commission percentage. Okay, so that's an additional $995 in your pocket.
Yeah.
Okay, another thing that we talked about it before is if you got somebody who's very, very heavy into discounting commission, say, look, you know, for the first week on the market, my commission is only 1%. The second week, if we don't sell it in 1 week, the second week it's going to be 1.5% or 2%. The third week, if we don't sell, my commission is going to be 2.5%. That's another way of doing things.
Okay.
Okay.
And what do you do when buyers ask you? Because I have my buyer asking me, do you do discounts? And I was like, look, no, you work for free with me. Who pays me is the seller. So they were like, oh, okay, but the previous agent was able to help me with this, with this, with that.
I probably helped, I don't know, probably at least 100 buyers in the last 7 years, maybe more, maybe less, who knows, okay? I never, ever paid for their closing costs or gave them any type of credits or anything like that from a commission.
Mm-hmm.
I did have those type of questions and requests, and I said, I'm sorry, but I'm working for free. You're not paying my commission. The seller's paying a commission.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said, yeah.
But ultimately, it's your decision. It's your decision. You have to understand how much time you're going to be spending with that buyer. If you're spending 40, 50, 60 hours with that buyer, and that buyer is looking to buy in that $200,000, $230,000, $250,000 range, well, I mean, it's not worth it.
Not at all, right? Yeah.
But if you have a buyer that is looking to buy $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 house, and your commission may possibly be anywhere between $15,000 to $20,000, well, if the buyer is asking for $5,000 in credit assistance, well, out of $20,000, $5,000, you're still making 15 grand.
Yeah.
And most likely, you're not going to spend as much time with them going and showing them properties.
Yeah. Well, no, he's at 290. But you know, I made it clear, you know, you're working with me for free. You don't, I mean, they're not fees that you're paying me. The seller is the one who pays agents when they're the buyers. So he was like, oh, okay. So he understood that, but he did ask me.
It always comes back to the value that you bring to the table.
Yeah.
If you bring the knowledge, if you bring the expertise, right, people will pay for that. See? So that's very important. So that's why we got to be constantly leading with value. Bring value to every conversation. We do that, there's going to be less of that, hey, can you discount your commission? Hey, can you pay for my closing costs? Hey, this and that. Less of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess he's from California, so I don't know how that works in California. But.
Well, that's probably how it works. And by the way, I'm from the East Coast. I'm from New York. That's exactly how it works in New York. You know, in New York, in some of the cases, you as an agent go show a house to your client, okay? Then that client goes behind your back, contacts the homeowner, works out a deal with that homeowner for a lesser purchase price.
Huh. What do you do? I mean, what do you do? I know. Okay.
Well, can I add something here? What I often tell them is If you go straight to the agent, you're just going to get that agent paid more, double, and you're likely not going to save any money. More than likely, you're going to not be represented well during the inspection. You're not going to get stuff fixed that you wanted to have or should be fixed.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so it may seem like a short-term gain, but in the long run, if they're not well represented, it could cost them thousands and thousands of dollars. I mean, just think of one air conditioner. If someone's not being on top of what, you know, what it needs and it's not getting it investigated properly, that could be $5,000, $6,000, $7,000.
Yeah.
And that could happen the month after they move in. So, you know, we add a lot of value. People just need to see it.
Exactly.
We need to be able to.
Okay.
I mean, don't forget, guys. At the end of the day, we got a fiduciary, right? So that's a big word. We got to convey that every single time when we have a conversation with a buyer and a seller.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Susan. Good luck, and hopefully you're getting that listing for more than 4%.
Okay.
And let's continue. Okay. Who do we have? Good morning, Ricardo. Jackie. Good morning. What's going on with you?
Morning. Sorry, I'm have my camera off, but I've been working at home and I'm kind of not dressed properly. So I closed on that property on how you say this, on a flip, and kind of, you know, like, I don't know, I should have done probably better job researching the cost of everything, because I get surprised with a closing close of $8,000, which, I mean, to me was excessive, but it looks like it is what it is. So I mean, the nice thing is that I closed the property, and so I own the property now, and just looking forward to start moving as fast as I can to flip that property and put it back in the market, because the cost of money is big.
Okay. All right. What are you planning to do with the property?
We just have to open a kind of corridor to corridor between the main room, which is an addition, and the dining area. So right now the access to get to that room, you have to go through the pantry, which is probably ridiculous. And the backyard needs some work, and also, you know, just cosmetic things, but I mean, functional stuff is that of the main room going to the pantry. We estimate probably like around 30,000 in repairs. So again, it's just the learning curve. We were thinking to do, you know, X amount of money, and probably it's going to be less. But again, it's a curving experience. At least we're not going to lose any money as now.
Okay. Okay. And all of these repairs that are you going to be doing, or there's going to be somebody who's going to be, you're going to be hiring, or what's your plan?
No, we're going to hire somebody, and we're going to do some of, you know, on our own. But yeah, mostly somebody is going to give us a hand.
Okay. All right. You know, if you want, I can send you the contractor that I use. You know, he does a pretty good job. He actually just finished on a project for my client. He bought that as an investment property, so we're going to be putting it for rent. So if you want, I can give you his information. You can reach out to him. I don't know if you're working with anybody, if you have somebody, but I can definitely send you his contact info.
Yeah, I will appreciate. I mean, we're working with somebody right now, but we need, you know, like, we need contacts all the time. I don't know if this guy is going to do, you know, a decent job, or what kind of work is he going to do. And we need, you know, like, hands to do the drywall, and I mean, we need always we need something. So
Okay.
yeah, I would really appreciate the contact info.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. All right, guys, before we go, anyone else, anything else? Then we got everybody involved. No? All right. David, anything from you, sir?
No, not that I can think of at the moment.
All right, cool. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for your attendance. I appreciate all of you, and let's have a productive day, okay?
Take care.
Take care. Bye.